I wanted to create this video because I created a lot of content over the years and I needed ways of getting that content out to my audience. You use social media scheduling tools to do that. However, if that tool has too many steps to get the job done, it makes it harder on you as a creator, and you end up spending more time than just publishing it yourself natively. And so what I wanted to do was find the right tool for two different purposes. There was two things that I wanted, one of which was automations, being able to take my YouTube video and automatically tweet it out, Facebook post it out, LinkedIn post it out, Threads, etc., or Pinterest as well. Or, for example, I wanted to take my Instagram picture and automatically repurpose it to Pinterest because I might as well. The other use case was doing bulk upload for short form videos. I created over 2,000 clips. I wanted a way to get those clips out without having me to manually schedule every single one across TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. I didn't do Facebook Reels, but now I'm going to do that as well. And now LinkedIn's also doing clips, so that's another channel to worry about. But I was also doing Pinterest, and Pinterest was actually surprisingly helpful. So it was automation for RSS automation, or bulk upload in general, because there's also the idea of like, hey, I want to be consistent on these written platforms. Let me come up with an idea for every single day for the next year, so that way I have one post going out every day. And that way you have a baseline of consistency. Some people say that using schedulers impacts your reach. Maybe it does 15%, but I'd rather have the convenience of scheduling things out than worry about having to get it out and focus my attention away from making more content.
And you kind of already answered like why they should be doing this. It's to give a baseline of consistency. Is that what you said?
Baseline of consistency, but also making it easier for you to be more omni-channel. Omni-channel is the word that I really cling to, that Gary Vee's advice, posting 100 times a day. When he's talking about posting 100 times a day, he's not talking about making 100 videos. You make maybe one or two videos and then you chop it up into clips. You make tweets out of it. You post a tweet of you sharing the link. Even just making one video and then posting one Facebook post, that's two pieces of content right there. And you make that same post on Threads, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, on LinkedIn. Now you have 5 pieces of content. And so getting to 100 pieces a day becomes a lot easier when you're syndicating across multiple platforms. And that's why you use tools like this to make this omnipresent syndication. Here's the different tools that I've used over the last decade. And so back in the day, there wasn't very many out there. There was Hootsuite and Buffer, eventually later. There's Social Boo. Yeah, let's go to that category.
Here?
Again?
Here,
nope.
here.
There we go. Social media tools are more like analytics and stuff like that, whereas these are purely scheduling for the most part. Now,
all right.
I want to point out, on this list, I only have about 65 out of the 100-ish tools that are on the market. The reason why is that some of them are basically dead in the water. They're not having any updates. They're not doing anything useful. If anything, they might even be dead. They don't even work anymore. And they might have also some bad reputation with the social platforms. There's also tools that I've experienced where, like, I don't want to say the name, but Vista Social, I don't want to give them any kind of attention at all because they were horrible to me. They gave me a horrible time. I got a lifetime deal to them. It was one of the only lifetime deals I've ever returned because they were just terrible and they were like laughing in my face and it was terrible. Again, I keep saying this. Social Boo, on the other hand, that's one in the middle right there. They actually had some really cool automations. Even before Nuelink, they had some of the more interesting automations out there. That's one thing I wanted to shout out there. There's obviously Nuelink, like I mentioned many times. There's Buffer. Buffer is one of the more main known ones out there. However, they've gotten really expensive. That's the issue with some of these older ones. Missing Letter, if you're not getting the lifetime deal, that's kind of expensive. One of the newer ones right there is FeedHive. I don't remember the creator's name who made it, but he made it because he was frustrated by all of the lacking of features for a lot of these different tools. Hootsuite is another commonly used one, and I loathe it because it has a terrible interface, it's extremely expensive, and it really doesn't do anything better than anything else.
Give me just your top 3 that you like using right now, though.
Nuelink, Repurposed, and Social Boo.
I remember Q. Oh, this is bringing me back. This is memory lane.
Q is interesting,
Content
but again,
Studio.
they haven't really, I think they're kind of floating in the middle of the water, not really doing anything else to it. Same for Social and Hopper.
Social Bee I use a lot, but they've kind of moved over. And Social Camp, my God, I haven't thought about them in years. Okay.
Yeah, so
cool.
Repurposed also recently updated their UI. So for me, a tool has to have good UI, because a good UI generally leads to good UX. If you have a good experience on that site, I think that helps out a lot when it comes to the tediousness of the task. So being able to get through, so Nuelink is my top favorite tool because it has the best UI and UX. And they also have the best automations. And the reason why So that's what they've been working on for the last year, is making sure they have the best automations. I know that Social Boo's also been doing that too, so shout out to them. When it comes to my content strategies, I have my main PolyInnovator brand. That is my personal brand. I have a YouTube and podcast and blog for it. But right now, Nuelink is where I've been able to master my content strategy to be omnipresent.